First of all, thank you for everyone to come here today. It's an important day. It's an urgent day. It's my day. It's our day. And I want to especially thank the community leaders, the veterans, the community people, the activists, the different services agencies for being here today. The program will basically start with different organizations coming and say a few words to the community, to the media, so that we can get coverage in terms of what they think and what they believe is going on in the community, how it is affecting their organizations, their people. After that, different community leaders, different organizations will have the chance to say a few words, and if they have statements or suggestions, they will give it to the press as well. And then from there, if we have our elected officials, the reps are here, they'll come up and give their support and explanation in terms of how their offices are standing on this issue. Good afternoon, members of the press, elected officials, community leaders, and members of the Hmong and Lao community. Thank you, all of you, for coming here today on this important day. Your presence at this press conference is valued. There is a concerning and urgent issue that faces our Lao and Hmong communities. Recently, we have heard reports that the United States is negotiating with the Lao People's Democratic Republic government to allow the deportation of more than 4,000 plus Hmong and Lao refugees who had resettled and started a new life here in this country for decades. Some may have lived here nearly their entire lives. What the current administration has announced and their steps they took to initiate dialogues with the Lao PDR or Lao government has caused deep confusion, fear, and a sense of betrayal to the Hmong and Lao community. We worry that if the Trump administration has announced this campaign and it manifests into an agreement with the Lao government, it would be a devastation, detrimental to our community. We know that the U.S. government, especially the Trump administration, did a lot of good things for our community. However, we felt that more needs to be done, but not in this way. This would surely hit home here in the city of Fresno. This means that for some of us here, it would be ourselves or our brother, sister, friend, or neighbor who will fall subject to this deportation campaign. The deportees will be at risk, and for those families directly affected, it would mean family breakup and lives destroyed. And think about it, all of this just for part of so-called bilateral relations between Laos, a communist regime, and our country, the pillar of the world when it comes to freedom. Just a reminder, according to the U.S. Department of State reports, the Lao government, or Lao PDR, has an ongoing history of human rights abuse, human rights abuses such as unlawful police detention, secret abductions by police and military. Just to be short, Since 1990s, the early 90s, there have been different waves of Hmong refugees, either forced, repatriated, or they went back voluntarily to Laos. Consequently, the vast majority disappeared at the hands of the Lao government. Only a small numbers were able to escape back out of Laos and are living in America today. Few are living in the valley, others are in Wisconsin, Minnesota. And I have met them personally because I worked on the plight of the Hmong. Going back to the high-profile event or wave of refugee return to Laos, it was led by Mr. Vu Mai, who was a camp leader at that time. He left the camp with thousands of Hmong refugees, went back to Laos with the agreement of the Thai government, United Nations offices, and the Lao government. However, within a year, Mr. Vu Mai was nowhere to be found. And those refugees, we don't know where they are. Many of them, I'm sure, are dead. Laos has kept its door closed to the world, even after repeated requests by international bodies to go into Laos and to monitor these type of wave of refugees that have been repatriated. To this day, no true NGO outside bodies were able to go in and monitor the human rights situations in Laos. If the U.S. government or the Trump administration plans come to a reality, many members of our community members would be taken from our city neighborhoods right here and handed back to a long-awaited concentration camps or prisons of the Lao government. This is pretty much ironic. We left Laos when our country turned to hell because we fought for America. Our parents did. Many of the veterans and leaders here did. But now the question is, why are we, those 4,000, 5,000, going back to Laos? That's hell. We're in heaven. We're at the place of our Savior. This will leave many questions. I know that what we want as a community, as a people that's being affected, is for our local officials, whether in the city, in the county, in the Central Valley, in the state, and at national level, to hear our concerns, to sympathize with us, to stand with us, and to look for solutions that will help our targeted individuals so that we can put the ease in the community, in the families, in the victims' families, to their children, that they will be protected. And that's our message today.
Good afternoon, and thank you all for being here today. My name is B. Vang. I'm the Executive Director for Lao Veterans of America, nationally headquartered here in Fresno, California. We are here today to voice our concerns, frustrations about the current events in relation to the Hmong and Lao people in the United States of America, most notably here in the Central Valley. We are troubled to hear of the recent talks between the United States and the Lao government about deportation of the Hmong people. Lao Veterans of America strongly oppose sending any Hmong person back to the country of Laos, as this will deeply impact our community and the lives of thousands. We kindly request the current administration, the Department of Homeland Security, and the Secretary of State to please reconsider, and this is why. The United States have been home to hundreds of thousands of Hmong over the past 4 decades. America is all we know. Hmong represents life, liberty, and justice. The United States and Hmong have always worked together in time of conflict and in peace. Let us not forget, during the American secret war in Laos, the United States established a secret special force in Laos to combat communism. They were led by the great General Vang Pao, but supplied and subsidized by the United States of America. These special forces were mainly Hmong freedom fighters who fought courageously with the United States and for the United States of America. Hmong combat veterans of the Vietnam War. They suffered heavy casualties and endured so many losses, all because they sided with the United States of America. Hmong are war-torn people. After the Vietnam War, they are left without a country, a home to call their own. Countless families were separated. Sons without a father, daughters without a mother. Hmong people gave the ultimate sacrifice, and in return hoping and praying for a better life and future for their children here in America. There are an estimated 300,000 Hmong living in the United States today, with approximately 100,000 being foreign-born. Hmong have resettled here in America. This is our home, our country, and our history. This is a country of immigrants and diversity. That is why it is the most influential, powerful, and strongest nation in the world. We have always fought for freedom and democracy around the globe, and we still support and defend the constitutions of the United States of America. Hmong are children and citizens of the United States. We continue to be allies with great loyalty. Our fathers have fought for freedom and democracy, and our children continue to serve this great nation as well. So in closing, we urge all elected officials, city, state, federal levels, to please help us, support us, to come up with a resolution on all levels within your power, so that eventually we can deter the deportation of Hmong American heroes and their families. Thank you for your time.
Thank you to all the veterans, including the great General Vang Pao. His memorial is right there. I'm sure he's listening to us today. And all of the thousands of veterans who sacrificed their lives so that we could be here today. We could voice down. Not too many are left. Next, I'd like to invite Farm members from the firm office or firm organizations. Firm has been an instrumental service agency in our community for a long time. And Firm, would you come up and say a few words?
Okay, I'll be speaking Hmong first. Nhớ rằng dân nè cho chị chúng lên từ cho phong như, cô khai đó này bảo tiệt, cô lúc bây hùa bây giờ côจะsinh hơi côจะbiết tên sai Hmong, ô họ lượt cho tao công hồng firm nhớ họ luôn trong Fresno nó nè. Cô là program manager, giờ này nên từ một luôn nông cho bây giờ service, là cho họ tính mình nó nè, bây giờ một bây giờ staff nè, bây giờ cái trong tàu nó nên chúng lên từ nó nè. Good afternoon, my fellow Fresno community members. My name is Ping He. I am the program manager at Fresno Interdenominational Refugee Ministry, also known as FIRM. We are based here in Fresno, California. Today, I join with my fellow community members to denounce deportation. FIRM will continue to stand against deportation of Lao, Hmong, Cambodian, and Vietnamese refugees. FIRM will not watch families get displaced through an unjust immigration policy. This isn't a partisan issue. This is unethical, unconstitutional, and a human rights issue. Deportation will only further criminalize and impoverish fellow community members by separating them from their families and sending them to an unfamiliar country where their livelihood will be challenged again. To all viewers at home, you have a stake in this as well. Your neighbors, your co-workers, your children's friends will all be affected by this process. I ask the community to come together and unite as one to end talks about deporting our community members. Thank you.
I will speak in Laos today. First of all, I want to thank you everybody for having FIRM here. We will stand by you guys through this hard time. I will speak in Laos. So สบายดีพ่อแม่พี่น้องที่รับชมและรับฟังอยู่ทางบ้านและประชาชนที่ได้มาฟังมื้อนี้ขน้อยดีใจหลายขน้อยซื้อวิกกี้ขน้อยเฮ็ดงานอยู่โครงการFIRMขน้อยอยากบอกให้พ่อแม่พี่น้องประชาชนลาวประชาชนมงอยู่เมืองเฟรสโนฮู้ว่าโครงการFIRMเฮาสิอยู่เคียงข้างพ่อแม่พี่น้องและจะต่อต้านนำกันจะซอยต่อสู้ต่อต้านในการเนรเทศของประชาชนลาวและประชาชนมงของเมืองเฟรสโนขอพวกน้อยดีใจหลายที่มีโอกาสมามื้อนี้ก็อยากขอให้ทุกคนเฮาต้องจับมือกันจับมือกันแล้วต่อต้านและต่อสู้เพื่อเฮาทุกคนจะได้มีเสียงโซเฮาบ่ได้ถูกเนรเทศกับประเทศโซขอขอบใจ
Good afternoon. My name is Brandon Vang. I'm the trustee representing Sangha Unified School District. And I will be speaking in my mother tongue first, and then I will transition into English. Nhớ rằng nhân lý chết sĩ của tôi chắc cái tích cực bí nữa. Và cho tôi này, theo cho tôi cho nhớ hỗ trợ, nên bà lúc cha lúc nhau, nên mua nên lúc sẽ hở, cho lập ti cho lòng lòng, của cho lũ thia, cho tư vấn tên để của cho lũ lợn. Lúc nào vậy lúc trình tranh, in cho tôi bé, cho cái tên này chạm hông, thì cái tên này chạm blog, nhà hồ Fresno County hồ nó. Vì hai thia, là tập đoàn Trump, đó, blog lia, shit thang, ấy cho lũ, ai thấy em blog lia cả trái, blog phá tờ chip của tụi này nó chỉ lấy xa, cho tụi chân sản mong, là cho tụi chân sản blog cho các một blog thế. Ấy giờ vì linh đó, bé community là bé sinh, mong tìm blog lúc nào, thì lý tua, hồ, lúc tua chế ở Fresno Park, là courthouse đó, tua, khi ở trâu lúa, là tua tự trả trâu lúa cái lô bố hay tiệt, còn nó chỉ nhận dạng trâu bé, cho bé sinh mong là bé sinh blog lại. Để cùng với trâu, để càng để lúc sẽ hở, để mua, để lúc sẽ hở tôm lông, là tôi sợ tôi rầu, để nó sư nhìn sơ, để lúc đảo lúc rầu lại. We are here today because on January 25th, 2017, Donald Trump signed an executive order to forcibly remove anyone with the deportation orders. That executive order affected over 4,500 people of Hmong and Lao descent. Now the Trump administration is negotiating with the Laotian government to have them be sent to a country that is foreign to them. Some of these 4,500 were born in Laos, and others were born in the refugee camps who never lived in Laos. But many of them call this land, the United States of America, their country. Many of them are hardworking and taxpayers, and many of them have families, a wife or a husband, and children. The Trump administration is intent to forcibly remove these people. In my opinion, it is wrong, and it goes against the spirit and vision of what this nation was founded upon. Many of these 4,500 or so people, their parents, their uncles, their cousins, fought for democracy and freedom during the secret war in Laos in the 1960s and the 1970s. They were part of the CIA, trained and paid special guerrilla unit. They were, in essence, American soldiers and heroes. And to them, I thank you for your service. Now, the Trump administration wants to send the children of these freedom fighters back to communist Laos. Laos has one of the worst record of human rights violations in the world. Let me repeat that. Laos has the worst human rights violations in the world. Today, the Hmong and Lao communities are here to urge our senators, our congressmen, and our elected officials to strongly condemn the Trump administration's policy to forcibly remove these refugees back to Laos, because Hmong and Lao lives matter. Hmong and Lao lives do matter in this age here in the United States of America. Thank you for your time.
Bobby Bliatu Sing Tho. My name is Bobby Bliatu. I'm from the Hmong Tho clan, or Tao clan. And it is a sad reason why we are here today. But our community has fought tooth and nail to be here. And I want to have a round of applause for our veterans that are here present today to give respect for what they did for all of us to be here. You see, General Vang Pao, through a deal from a handshake, not a memorandum of understanding, nothing in writing, but through a handshake, heart to heart, had a deal that we would have freedom, that the Hmong people, the Lao people, all those that fought by the sides of American soldiers to save American soldiers would have the promise of freedom. And in the end, that meant to be here in America, to be Americans. We are Americans, and I feel we should be treated as Americans. No one told the soldiers that if they got here, that they would have to take a test to be treated as an American. You see, we are fighting to have opportunity, as all Americans do. We are fighting for equal opportunity. Every day of my life has been that way, to work for our community, to continue to fight for opportunity. And as we are looking for opportunity, we are asking to be treated with the same respect as every single American. That if we make a mistake, that we are disciplined and punished like an American. There are processes and procedures for that. And our folks that are on this deportation list have been through that process, have been rehabilitated through the American judicial system, and that is fair. But now to tack on the punishment of being deported to a land they do not know, to eat, to sleep in a place they do not understand, a place that their parents spoke of that they feared for their life. Now you are putting that back into our community. That is wrong. This soldier that is up here, saving another American soldier, if you told him his child could be deported, he would drop him. We as a community have fought to be here. We will continue to fight to make America the greatest place on the planet. This is not about politics. This is not about Democrat or Republican. This is about humanity, and we are asking for equal opportunity at every chance that we have here. So I am calling on all our representatives like these people before. Stand up. We have watched Betty McCollum, our Congressional Betty McCollum, stand up. We have watched Governor of Wisconsin, Governor of Minnesota stand up. Madison, Wisconsin has put forth a resolution to protect the Hmong folks that live there. And so we are asking our Fresno City Council, our county board supervisors, our state legislators, and our congressional members to put out a statement, a resolution to protect us, because my elders protected you. So thank you everybody for being here. Please act on your right to vote. Let's continue this. Let's continue to unify. Let's make this larger because we do matter. Thank you everybody.
Everyone, my name is Denise Sahacha and I'm here on behalf of Congressman Jim Costa. The Congressman is very aware of this issue and how much it has the potential to affect our community. So please know he's already working on this, sending letters to our State Department and Homeland Security. And this is a priority for him. So we just want to reiterate our support to the Hmong community, and we're going to do our best to assist in any way we can. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press. My name is Mr. Chong Yang Tao. I'm a veteran myself that fought in the Secret War in Laos under the command of General Wang Pao as a CIA recruit soldier.
CIA recruit của mỗi từ radio operator của một cuộc chiến trường. Còn tới bây giờ cho CIA recruit có bây một cho xảy lắp mua số xa là cho ở headquarter để luôn mà mua cho trong iPhone rồi tuaทำ lại rồi vừa có cho một tua tàu cho America nhau rồi như là thế.
When I was recruited to be part of the U.S. allies in defense of the interests of the United States, I was 15 years old. I became a radio operator that helps the command and the force of the U.S. allies, SGU in Laos.
Mà giờ đi là bé chồng mông tan ra sẽ đời bé chỉ choทหารลีหรือป้าอย่าท่านรอแล้วอย่าเอาคำเมนอย่าลาbé chỉนะbéอย่าchoท่าน SGU มาจะลี SGU เนาะbéตัวเนี่ยลี director อเมริกา
We are SGU Special Guerrilla Units, U.S. allies, who were directly trained and supported by the U.S. CIA.
มาอย่าลีนู่นเนาะถอรู้ได้เจอป้องกันเมืองเด้อเสด็จตัวเด้อยิ่งมั่วจอหน่อจื้ออเมริกาตัวสัมภาษณ์เดี๋ยวไปจงมองชัวตูรอตูโยแต่มีพอได้พอเสด็จตัวกาตัวสนเด้อยิ่งเยอะจอเนี่ยจอจีอุจจาไทยป้าอเมริกาตัวตาเทียตัวจอหัวสุนยอดตีอยู่ตัวยอลีเปยอจอตู้ฮับไซเดอร์อเมริกาเทียคุริฟายตัวตัวรู้ได้เฉยเนาะ
We fled Laos, came to camps in Thailand, and now in America. For one reason, we fought for America, We were allies under the command of General Wang Pao as SGU soldiers.
Tổ dung li nó là thọ liệp lông cho nó chưa America có là do tàu mua là chập bốc hiền thầu xuống sẽ chưa bùa cho in的说是也大只被叫米有多毛呢，不嘛包只到门车搞America多，就是 America 多车但不嘛包的，那嘛包也冷多，多车到呢不嘛包是搞呢不嘛包，叫总统呢把台做给火鸡面朝，ก็ป้องกันจออเมริกาย้อนละก็ที่ก็เท่าตัวคอนเดอร์อยู่ไปอัวหัวจออเมริกาใส่ไปใส่ก่อนอเมริกาต่อเต้าเลยเนาะที่จอดไปตัวตัวรู้ได้เฉยเนาะไปยอมไปเสียอเมริกาเลยไปยอมมีอยู่อเมริกาเลยอเมริกาจู่ชัวนึกได้ของเวิร์กเนาะจะก้าวนึกจ้าของเวิร์กจงจุอีเราจอดตรงนู้นเนาะใช่ไหมได้จริงเหรอมาซาไปหมู่เต้าเกิดที่ชัวในเจ้าของเวิร์กจอ
This issue basically started by not us, but the United States itself.
Do thầu dung li nó là cái tua lúc tết chuyện là legally thì tiền mà cái cho mông nữa cứ chỉ nhau tàu sản ra America thuộc cái sản pháp tàu tua tết chuyện America nó thế cho nữa giờ li nó有么被叫มงnó啥么nóที่อเมริกาจะมีอยู่นี่ว่าจากญี่ปุ่นนะว่าสงครามดออเมริกาเนาะว่าจากอเมริกาจีซาญี่ปุ่นจะข้ามหมดตัวญี่ปุ่นได้เจอเขาว่าเพิ่งอยู่จนแล้วซื้อไอ้ปีเนาะอยู่จอดออเมริกาตัวก่อนไปตีไทยตัวเพื่ออเมริกาไปเจ้าชีพาตัวโจอีจอนว่าชาเจ้าชีไอ้ชัวจอตัวเนาะจอเฉิงซื้อไอ้ตัวออกโอเคซื้อไอ้อเมริกาจะจู่รู้จะนำมาเที่ยวที่ไว้ก็โกจนเต้นนะเดี๋ยวอเมริกาว่าซุปเปอร์พาวเวอร์มาจอป้าหนึ่งมาแล้วยังรู้จะตัวเต็มตัวไม่อยู่อ่ะว่าเขาตัวจีอ่ะว่าตัวคนใหม่ตัวเคลียร์ตัวก็ใช่เลยว่าอีจอไปเซ็งตรงนี้รู้ได้เฉยเนาะหรือรู้ได้เฉยที่เจ้าไปรู้ได้เฉยอเมริกากูสาเนอะ
We fought for America. We stand with America side by side. Now that we're here, not by choice, but because we became the target of fighting for American. As a result, we're here. We deserve sympathy. We deserve support. We deserve help. We need healings, not campaign of deportations like this.
bây giờ mong cho là thằng cả bây giờ là chú America do tiền America cho tới của tôi nó cho mong chú là America lo này cũng là bỏ cho bây giờ là tôi cho nhau chỉ tàu nhau hai giống cho nên nó dù vì cho cái ba America cái trò gì tôi hai giống nhau tàu bao giờ xong là chừng nhau hai giống cả America chủ với tụ chú tây chờ nhân địa tây nó còn luôn được cho nên chỉ ta lên đó là cú tụ khen ít tụ mình nhỏ mong hấp sai là recruit của cầu trí dụng tàu ít tụ là giải là và cú chế nên ít chế nên thật sự tàu Thái America tàu cầu trâu lên cho nè cho gì lo thiên giờ tôi một đi nó bây giờ lười tôi này chẳng tôi một chàng gì thế còn nó giờ tôi nhớ rồi sắp nạp rồi mà cô sao cả mấy cả lu bây giờ nên bộ lên nào cũng như mua bảo thơ cho tàu cho nó như tôi trái trò của Thái của Chí Minh sao fight nhớ là cổ tâyป้องกันอเมริกาnhớ rồi nhớ là cái tây giờ đi bây giờ cho tôi này chẳng hay là tôi trong bộ đi trả tiền thế giờ chúng nào cô sao cả bây giờ bây giờ phong America rồi America lu bây em mua có mua sáng sủa bây giờ này cho gì sắp buộc cho ra này tây mình tôi mình nhỏ giờ bây tây lúc sáng chỉ chỉว่าซื้อ还被转要打决在不说了假如在还有么做证据叫了他出来被去准备了就是被列龙ก่อนแล้ว么做给人เคลียร์点被保佑จะป้าเลย点เขา要去要呢就一这下就真的有点急เขาเรียบร้อยกับรัฐบาลอเมริกามั่วเลยจะของวัวมาชัววันเต้หาเดียเยอะซาเป้คนนั้นอยากเขากูเรียบร้อยถ้าว่าจอดเรากูอยากตรงอยากท่อ
I fought for America. family fought for America. In my immediate family, we lost 16 people, 16 individuals at the hands of communists. This is all because we fought for America. And today, I ask that America give us sympathy, give us hope, give us healing, so that we can live in peace in this country. We don't deserve to be forced back to the very enemy that we fought for decades. On behalf of the United States CIA, thank you. 我讲到一种你这个人战，叫他叫我叫共和，叫古都长去升级了呀呢，来也叫我。đây là tụi này này mua thế mẹ tiểu này trâu nè nè, tôi trồng tàu này trồng tua, còn lúa trồng dâu lúa, lúa nào này chỉ là lúa phô màu trồng dâu lúa vì bây giờ nên thôi nè tôi cho tua màu bây giờ nhỉ bây chỉ mua chế đó, chỉ bây tua à xài lúa chế, chỉ tua li nào là ya bây thà à bây lúa chế, họ chế nhau bây lúa giò đó, chỉ mua trồng mua to, mua đi mua không nào còn hậu trong này nào họ mừng mía là hắn đâu vì bây giờ nhỉ đó, nên rất sao đi cha. Kỹ sư thản nó chúng mua nào là sư căn thủ tại kỳ mô na bây giờ mua cái sĩ bảo chú ý chỉ bây giờ là sẽ tại vì local community mong là nhớ trong họ cho mình cả thế nào thầu mua cho xét sinh nam mô lý cha là bây giờ lúa là cho thơ là cho con hồ cho nó cho qua mà lý sĩ cha tôi một thế thì sĩ vô lý của hai nữa cú sau with ý lo luôn qua hu idea trong cho nó cho qua thơ con hồ cho director còn này tao idea nó là chỉ là ít lần ít tụ từ za hậu lử, ya bé chua tụ za hậu lử, thế chẳng ya này za hậu lử, vì này nhớ lúc trong lúc tàu nhiên nó rồi là con hậu bé sinh tua chơi gà này tua ba này còn này tàu bé sinh lúm bé cho một cò cho tận trong phứ còn lúm mỗi nhiệt tua trong này này thiên địa tàu bé cho tua mông chân gì là ba u hậu lử ba mông còn nào này trâu thì xin do giống này rồi lúc trong đó thì chia lú thế ba bên mông thì bây giờ nhớ sáng đầu nó cho là mấy bên sinh là sau đó yếu tua xin sâu xin gà thì có bên là yếu tu hay là lú của thì giá hậu lử thì có căn tu thay kỳ mồ nó bên theo li cộng tao cho là mấy bên sinh bờ America khác miền Mexican American cho đủ thì có tên nó tên chữ theo li yếu ba bên hay cho hậu lử nó có lo mù sẽ mù tao li chả họ chỉ ta lên đó nhớ trong đó xa lúc trong đó đến ba tàu cho chúng ta cần đến ba tàu cho petitions là bây giờ mỗi cho lù tranh tranh và bé cái chất sinh được tất cả bộ phận là bé lúc community nó đánh chơi chỉ bé còn bé chủ yếu trong này luôn bé thế thôi nhau领导是的，这是中国活动，主要领导是旅游旅游，而且呢，他只干么活动了，就家就是装备的叫nhau，一个备用口叫那些，但是呢，备等有啊，除一路里，到底呢，备马来西亚些我到里家备妈妈我这周从大陆备领导呢，伢子同的叫那叫我叫手机公号，现在要到铁道叫铁路正经啊，铁备我里家铁里莫跳道，铁莫跳瓦考，政府啊，咪看nhau họ bị chế cho lại họ state lại họ federal level na chỉ ta lên đó chuẩn gì mà này cho lúa và bắt đầu lại cho trình mua đam mua rồi họ mua lúa xia đó bán mông sợ là thì thay mông cho tất mình tại sao na này mua nên về thì sẽ thông khẩu chế trong đó na email cho nó có cũ là ya lựa thu bây giờ ship bán na bảo giờ này thì ship hú tàu mua đó chỉ có ship bảo trì gì ship bán ship đa giờ là bây giờ liền theo này nè họ nói chịu anh tiêu lia cho cho là bé yêu cho chơi là bé yêu cho cú là cú chữ cú tu cho là bé yêu cho lúa mà làm mà cả thì ok thằng lũ chân nó sụp cú không cho nên thà cho nó là trong bé trong đó bé hay à trong xí họ cho tuân giải cần đó tại Fresno State City College là tại Fresno Pacific lấy à trong bé trong đó là cả bé bao qua hồ vị trong khoa để khả năng ấy khoa chỉnh trang thế giờ mong khó hậu lử thầu cơ nó ở châu trong này cho lên số tuổi bé mà li xin chỉ đua trong lũ chạy thì siêu xử lý giá là lớn kế chỉ thảm một lò nữa chủ mò quân tu rồi giờ chỉ cụ tu khen là cho nó cho tua mùa giờ hai giờ phải nó là chế số đấy tao xin cả 我一般一老楼梯一好好路是呢，我知道。